Libra, welcome to your session. Libra, the reason why we are having a solo session for you for your November healing messages is because you have a Virgo in your energy this month. And so technically this is an extended bonus for you. I will put the link of the November healing messages in the comment section when I'm done with your session. I hope all is well. If you're another zodiac sign, you either have a Libra placement or you are dealing with a Libra. It is possible for another zodiac sign who doesn't have Libra placements to be in the energy. All I ask of you is that you do not force any channel messages. Thank you. I will highly appreciate that. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me take out my earbud. I think you can hear me. So I think I'm just I don't want to touch anything. Most High, thank you so much for blessing me with the gift of intuition as an intuitive reader. Allow this session for Libra for November's healing messages to bring clarity, confirmation, and understanding. Thank you. All inquiries, email spiritualguidinglight@gmail.com. Let me go ahead and do that. And this. Yeah, so I can see. No need to thanking me, Libra. And I say that from a safe space. I literally finished Virgo's session within the collective for the November healing readings, but Virgo's energy transferred into your house. And so I know that I said your name. Well, I said your zodiac sign. And the message then was focused on you, but it was kind of teeter-tottering. And so in exchange to balance the two zodiac signs, Libra's bonus is on November's healing messages. And this is going to be your bonus. I just have to add the word. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that right now. I just didn't want to make you feel like I was putting the word bonus to get hits or clicks. I don't get down like that. This channel has been built up from scratch, and I just didn't want zodiac signs who are pulled by an energy that I don't entertain. So I kind of wanted to finish your session, and that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll add the word bonus. I don't have time for distractions or anyone wanting anything free. So I will add that at the end. That's how protective I am over your energy. Okay. I'm protective over every zodiac sign. It's something about this pull of needing to make sure that the message gets to you before it gets in the hands of anybody else. And I know it's probably like, well, it's live. It's like, yes, I understand that. There's a difference from someone seeking, prowling, stealing, infiltrating. Okay. And those are the things that I'm trying to prevent from being in this session. After I do the live, the message is out. Everything is protocol. So if I was to add that word bonus, I was basically giving it permission to come on in, right? And I don't want you to have any difficulties in November. Whatever message comes out for you, Libra, I want you to be able to do what thy wilt with it in the most positive light, not in a unlightened shadow self energy, right? More so of you being in control and not of an outside source or the source within yourself possessing the body and the mind, okay? I don't think you realize your house, Libra. Not only do you govern Mahat, you are justice, you are by any means necessary. That is your field. And the fact that Libra, you are all about the social world. And we live in a time where everything is based off of social. Okay. Social status, social media, social norm. And it goes on and on. But also your house deals with balance, which is the Mahat energy, but that is in a different degree, right? Justice, and then did I say balance? I did. And so, Libra, I need you to understand that when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to legalities, affairs, and having to maintain balance, that's why I wanted to make sure that I didn't open up that door or that portal or that small gap of a window of an opportunity for any outside sources to infiltrate your reading. All right. All right. So, Libra, 7 could be significant. And Libra, now is not the time to be worried about the future. You need to be present so that you don't bypass any new opportunities. For some of you, this has to do with intimately connections. You don't want to bypass those as well. All right, what is the healing message for Libra, please? What is the healing messages or message for Libra? All right, Libra, you have Dark Night coming in reverse. That is awesome. Awesome. So I'm happy that I made sure that I protected your safe space, because there's a possibility that any trigger or any impulsive can make you reverse out of this will be symbolic of the phoenix rising out of its ashes. It's kind of like that, right? That's happened. And it's kind of like, if it was reversed, it's more so of experiencing every piece in reverse. But when you go back forward, you don't get to, you're going to experience it again, but it's going to be 10 times worse. Dark Night of the Soul is in reverse, which is good because there's a possibility that some of you Libras re-experience what you rose out of. You have Heart Seeker coming through, Sacred Shelter. I was pulling on just needing to protect you, and then building momentum. For those of you who are going to re-experience the Dark Night of the Soul, when you this is how it's going to happen, right? It's like going. Have you ever watched a clip of you seeing everything in forward motion, and then they rewind it really, really fast, and then it goes back into forward motion? That's what I'm talking about. So not only when you go in reverse with this experience, it is going to be very uncomfortable. Once you realize that that's what's happening, it's kind of like deja vu. I've been here before. Oh, okay, I've experienced this. I learned my lesson. But you learn the lesson, but when you go forward, it is excruciating. It's 10 times worse of how you press forward. Okay, it's one of those guaranteed that a cycle has really completed, or an experience of something you would never, you have no intentions of experiencing again, right? It's kind of like getting frostbite. If you've never had frostbite, right? Some people can think it's comical for someone to have frostbite in their pinky of their hand, right? And it's like, oh wow, you have frostbite. It's kind of cartoonish, right? But it's the flesh. It is frozen. There's a possibility that that limb will no longer be, or should I say phalange, right? From the frostbite of the weather condition. And when that flesh unthaws, it's very excruciating. It's a lot. Only those who have experienced a frostbite can tell you what a frostbite feels like, versus someone that you're trying to give detail on how it feels to have frostbite. And a person that had frostbite, the ones who have lost their limbs or their phalange, they wouldn't waste their time to explain to someone, hey, you should wear your Russells, or don't do X, Y, and Z, because if you don't, you'll get frostbite, right? Versus the one that's forced to be outside and gets frostbite. So what I am trying to tell you, Libra, is when you go backwards, whatever this dark night of the soul that you came out of, for those of my Libras who are triggered or impulsively decide to go back and reverse and re-experience the dark night of the soul. No, the trigger is not forceful. The trigger positions you to where your free will is triggered, and then you have a decision to make. And it just seems like for those of my Libras who decide to re-experience this dark night of the soul, whatever this is, right? You know what it is because you just got out of it. You fill in the blank if it's heartache, disappointment, being able to push through a challenge to complete something that would help you be ahead on your pathway or in life in general. For those of you who are just now getting the hang of, having to do the same thing over and over again, and it's up for you to bring life into that repetition. Some of you Libras are going to learn to trust again. You will make decisions based off of your emotions, but the way you feel is not making a decision based off your emotions of doubt. You know how you can make a decision and then after you make the decision, you question, did you make the right decision? This is not what this is. This is you fully, wholeheartedly making a decision based off how you feel and be complete and satisfied. When it comes down to survival, you know exactly what to do. Whether this is you being a defensive mechanism for someone or for yourself, just know that you are being watched and there is someone that doesn't know how to ask to come back into your life. And now back to the original message that I received for those of you who have come out of the dark night of the soul. Your nature is unpredictable. So I need you to kind of take a step back because it could be interpreted wrong. It's kind of like being in, like, every state has territory, every state has zones, and every zone is numbered. And so, for example, let's say a city has 20 zones. You would think that the higher the number is where the most violent is. No, it's the lower, it's the highest. So wherever zone one is, if you're not about that life, stay out of zone one, because that is that's the most out of that city. Wherever zone one is, that's not good. If you look at the surface of it. But anywho, what this is it's kind of like being in a territory, right, without protocol, okay? And you want to be mindful of this nature because it's unpredictable. But for the most part, some of my Libras here, when it comes to life and whatever your ambition is or whatever goals that you're trying to complete, like you are willing to, how do I say this? You really don't have to do anything. Just allow your guides to do the dirty work for you. And the reason why I say the dirty work, because no one wants to watch a wolf devour its prey. I don't think that's a pretty sight. I mean, do you watch animal channels, Discovery? You know, do you have the gut or the heart to watch an animal eat another animal's flesh? Everyone can't gut that. So when it comes to your nature, you want to be careful because some people who can't gut it can react off of impulse, can act off of flight or fright. Is it fright or flight? Flight or fright, right? And there's nothing anyone can do but watch this person go through fight or flight. And it doesn't necessarily always ends well. Someone gets hurt. Or if someone doesn't get hurt, it's just unnecessary attention brought to a zone that does not need attention at this time, because if that happens, it would be very hard to recover. And so you want to be mindful of who you associate with. You want to be mindful of your surroundings. You also want to be mindful of who it is you want to devour, because whomever it is you want to devour, this could literally be you wanting to give someone a piece of your mind, right? Something you've been wanting to say all this time because you can't hold it in anymore. For the most part, whoever this is you want to devour, put in their place, this is the person that needs you. And obviously, they're not going to make it through the winter without you. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to take care of this person. It's kind of like giving someone direction, the know-hows, right? So there is someone that needs you in November, Libra. Other than that, you have people who they look like they want to harm you, but that's just their nature. They're actually protecting you, Libra. You also have people in November who want to ask you how to do things, but unfortunately, it's kind of like you may have a person who knows how to fix things or fix a problem or build something, tear something down and build it back up. They're the threat. And normally that can classify that person as a snake because they have so much enlightenment and knowledge, not just for themselves, but with their hands, right? How you can command the hands to do things where a person can look at your head and it doesn't know what it's doing, but a person can read what the hands are doing. So you want to be mindful of, I don't want to entertain jealousy or envy. You have people who don't know how to ask. So be mindful of how you present yourself in public because people are watching. Top of the deck. Weaver of emotions. In November, concluding all the messages that came out in your spread, as much as I want to compare it to the web or a web, be mindful of who it is you want to be attached to you. Because once they're attached, they are attached to you. There's no, unless you cut yourself from your own weaving. And it looks like if you cut yourself from this own weaving, you're cutting off your life supply. It's like your vascular system. You cut a vein, what happens? That's kind of what this web is. So be mindful of whom you are willing to allow to be trapped in your weaving, your weaver of emotions. All right. Word of advice. Where is that deck at? Here it is. The bottom of the deck, Libra, is creation. Yeah, you're very powerful. Continue to persevere in November. There's gonna be a time where like time stops a little bit. You have the opportunity to pause, be still, and allow time to move forward past you, because you'll be so aligned that it'll just kind of feel like, what's going on with life. You'll question things that you never questioned before, and you want to be mindful of going backwards, trying to find the answer of the puzzle. There's nothing missing, nothing's broken. All right, here's the Judgment, Libra, with the purpose, change, humor, and friendship. Good month in November. You're in your energy. A lot's just changing. There's more laughter. There's more connection here. The only thing that is different is your approach. Have you ever, there's this mechanism thing where you look in the peephole like a microscope, and it has all these different jewels and sand, and if you turn it, it does all these things. It just feels like when it comes to what changes, with whom you choose to connect with. And remember, I said be mindful of who you allow to weave themselves into this web of emotions. Be mindful that it doesn't take from you, because that takes life. You have discipline and pride here. Don't allow anyone to make you feel otherwise in November. You fill in the blank of what otherwise is. This pride here, it's a moment of celebration. If someone doesn't celebrate you, don't allow them to drain you and take the life out of the situation. It's not their time to celebrate. And if they don't celebrate you, it's not so be it. It is let them go. Okay. When it comes to this pride that's up in the air, this is a good thing. It's not too much. It's not too little. It's not you've changed. It's not you're different. It is you own this. You work for this. Okay. This is a second chance as well. Okay. So, Libra, let me pull your angel guide message, if that is okay with you. Since this is your bonus, now it's safe for me to say your bonus healing message. Your original healing message has Virgo's energy in it. Okay. And while I'm at it, let me go ahead and put that word bonus on there. All right. That looks good. All right. Hold on. It's doing something. I gotta do it in a minute. Okay. Angel guide message for Libra's November healing message, please. Messages. And when I end this live, Libra, I will put the link to the November's healing messages with all 12 zodiac signs. What is Libra's healing message for the messages? Thank you. Blessings and abundance is your angel guide for November for this spread of your healing messages, Libra. And that message entails, it says, Libra, a light of blessings and abundance is being wrapped around you now, and your angels want you to know that they are supporting you. They are encouraging you to trust in your intuition and other guidance you are receiving at this time, as it will lead you towards tremendous growth and fulfillment. Many blessings are being showered upon your present situation. If you have not yet experienced them, know that they will be revealed and shared in the perfect time, space, and sequence. All the doors into abundance are now being opened to you. Angel wisdom is encouraging you to begin counting your blessings. And then you will be open to receiving even more of them. Nice. Okay. And there was something that I wanted to tell you, because there's a Libra where you're questioning, well, SGL, how do you know about zone numbers? Well, let me give you a back context, or context, I should say. So I was residing in another state. I'm not going to give you the name of the state, but I was residing in another state. And I remember an individual opened up the sliding door. Don't know this person. When the person opened the sliding door, now, just based off of my upbringing and being exposed or learning in my own life journey, right? The way this person opened up the sliding door, I didn't feel threatened. I wasn't oblivious. I just remember seeing a big male, right? But the eyes, something about the eyes, I just knew. I said, okay, this man is getting ready to kidnap me. And so what I did in that moment, I matched his eyes. And then in that moment, I was asking myself, well, I wonder, is this person, someone that lives in this house, like were they told to come? But I knew my first intuition was, oh my, I didn't tell my kids I love them. Well, I did that day, but like in that moment, like it's not, do I scream? I don't run. I don't try to find something to hit this big man with, right? And I think it's because I'm a country girl and I've been, when it comes to characters, uh, the way that this man looked, it was normal to me. And so the eyes, and all I remember was I didn't have the opportunity to tell my children I love them. And I didn't have enough time to ask God to forgive me. And so in that moment, I had the choice to show this man who opened up this sliding door that I knew his true intention, or I would match his eyes of what he was going to do to me on who I had on my side to do to him. And so immediately he just turned around. He didn't say, "Oh, excuse me, I'm in the wrong house." He didn't do anything. But what I said was, "Oh, you scared me." That's what I said, just like that. "Oh, you scared me." Right? And the guy just kept going, which back in the dark, because how the sliding door, it's like if you look out, it's like, a scary movie, way in the country. And so I remember getting on public transportation and going to work downtown. And in the process, because you would hear a lot of bad news on an ongoing basis. And so I said, I want to know where I'm at. And that's where I learned that where zonage came from. I learned the zone that I was in. And that was the terminology that was used when it came to street language. It's not about a street name, it's your zone. But anyhow, moving forward. So that's where that came from for whoever you're thinking. It's like I was giving you the back context on how I got to researching like that is because I needed to know where I was and what kind of spirits I was dealing with. But anyhow, I love you, Libra. And don't forget, love is kind. I do apologize. Let me see what door of opportunity you have in November. But I just know that there is a Libra out there you've been wanting to know, like, because you need to know where you are. You need to know where you rank in your city. Okay. Door of opportunity. Something went in reverse. We have vision in reverse here. Stick to the plan. Okay. You're already in a door of opportunity. And the fact that vision is in reverse, you don't want to get taken out of alignment. Yeah. And in the month of November, Libra, don't overdo it with the readings. Okay. Don't overdo it. Now, here on the SGL for November, so far, we have what was released to you was your healing message. What's going to be coming up next is why do you feel alienation? That's going to be all 12 zodiac signs, including you, all 11, including you. We did what your person wants to know. All those 12 are on one session. Regarding your person is in one session. And so after I do all 12 zodiac signs, why do you feel alienation? Then I will be doing the next 72s. And that will be it for the month. Now, when I'm divinely guided to come just do some random reads, I will do so. I don't have any intentions of doing behind the scenes or hot mess or anything like that because this is a very sensitive month for the first time. It's a lot going on right now in the world. And I want everyone to be on one accord. Libra, it looks like you're having a good month. That's if you choose to. Okay. The only thing that I saw that was that was very heartfelt in the sense of, oh, Libra, please don't replay, don't experience that again. It's kind of like, I feel bad if you choose to go backwards and then try to press forward again. It's like, oh, Libra, I like the person you are right now. I really, this is not the time for you to change up on me. Like, we still got to talk about some things, or some things I need to that I don't understand. I need to learn if you have the time. But I really, really won't know how to approach you if you go backwards and then try to, like, I don't know who you are. You're so unpredictable. What do we do? Where do we go from here? Libra, that's it. I think that's it. What? Yeah, I pulled that card. All right, Libra. Love you. Don't forget love is kind. And don't forget that love is gentle. Until we meet again.